Alright, so the story behind this PA 9-point starts out on November 11th. I had killed my New York archery buck on November 6th and started hunting PA, I think, November 8th. I was hunting my buddy Andy's house for a while, and actually Saturday morning, November 11th, I went, got my bow out of the car, was all geared up, ready to go, and my string was in 2 pieces. So I was kind of in a panic. I put a post on Facebook asking if anybody had a crossbow that I could use for the week, because I thought there's just no way that my compound bow was going to be repaired in time for me to hunt the rest of the week. So a lot of people offered up their bows, including my buddy Jeff. He offered me up his compound bow, his crossbow. I ended up using my buddy Sean's crossbow, just because I don't think a compound bow, you can't generally just grab somebody else's, and it's usually not set up very good for you. But so I took my buddy Sean's crossbow, and somebody had mentioned in the comments that Ram Archery in Westfield could probably help me get my string repaired and get me back in the tree. So I, same day, dropped my bow off to Ram Archery, and 2 days later I got a call from Ram. My bow was done. So very happy about that, because carrying a crossbow around the woods is extremely awkward. They're very heavy, and I honestly did not see where there's any advantage to having a crossbow over a compound. They might shoot better from, you know, a bench rest or a rest or something, but if you're standing there freehand or offhand, I'll take my compound bow any day of the week. So happy to get my compound back. My buddy Jeff had mentioned that he had shot a pretty big buck, or shot at a pretty big buck on public land. So I went down, helped him look for that, and as we were down there, he's like, you know, there's some really nice bucks around these this area. Why don't you get in a tree and see what you can do? So you don't have to twist my arm to get me in a tree the second week in November. So that night that I helped him look for his buck, it was getting dark, close to dark, and last hour of the day, he said, you know, why don't we split up and we both do a little bit of scouting. So I sat this field edge, which you're going to see right here in a minute, and I saw a bunch of doe come out from the bottom, and I saw a couple bucks march right across the field from this cornfield, standing cornfield, coming to check out these bucks. And I wasn't in any position to kill them. The wind was all wrong, but I did see what they were doing, and I was able to set my lone wolf hang on stand the next morning in a tree that I thought if those deer did the same thing the following night, I was going to get a shot at one of those deer. So I hung my stand, backed out, went home, shot my compound that I had picked up the night before and hadn't had time to re-sight in yet with the new string, and got it dialed in, and I hopped in that tree where I just set that lone wolf up, and this is the footage from the first night that I was down there on that PA public land. So just as soon as I got up in the tree, I got up in there about 3 o'clock because I was running a little late. We were sighting in guns, rifles today, or this day, for New York rifle opener, which was the following Saturday. And I had to sight my bow in, so, you know, everything kind of took a little bit longer than I had expected. I got in the stand around 3 o'clock, and these guys ended up coming out around 3:20 p.m. There's actually a bunch of doe off to my right that you can't see in this video or in this frame, but I was more focused on the buck and the doe here, and this buck seems to be tending this doe. And actually, looking at this video, I didn't realize it, but I believe this is the 9-point that I ended up shooting later on in the video here. So while I've got my attention focused on that doe and that buck across the field from me, another buck shows up the hill on my left, and he's working his way down over the hill towards those doe that I was saying are off to my right that you can't see. I'm just kind of hoping that he gets close enough. He never ends up getting close enough to take a shot, but he's a nice solid buck, nice solid 8, and I know I'm in a good spot now. I just need these deer to come a little bit closer. I debated on grunting and bleeding, but I was kind of standing out a little bit more than I wanted to, and this guy was really focused on these doe down over the hill, so I didn't want to mess anything up or spook the deer and give up my position. So that's about the end of this night. It gets dark and I come back for a morning hunt down in the woods, which you'll see here in a minute. So I set up in the dark here in between where I thought they were bedding and that food that I was watching the night before, and it seemed to work pretty good. I had some doe come down through here, which I'll explain in a minute, but I also, after that happened, about 5-10 minutes later, a decent buck came through, and I thought I was going to get a shot at him, but I really couldn't tell what he was. It happened so quick. You'll see that footage here shortly.
I'm not sure what happened there. Something just spooked 3 deer down the hill. They came running like crazy. I barely had time to grab my bow. It looked like a doe and 2 small bucks, like a spike and something else, but maybe a fork.
Matt.
Same tree as last night. I had a buck go through this morning. I've got a camera set up. Just saw a giant kind of cross the road over my shoulder as I was driving in here. So I'm hoping that he shows up at some point, checks some of these scrapes maybe, or just checks the area for hot doe. Or if doe come out, maybe he'll start pushing them around.
So this buck shows up in the same spot as the second buck did last time, and this is a different buck, but I believe it's the one that I saw first the night previous. I think it's the 9-point that was tending that doe, and he's doing the exact same thing that 8-point did the previous night. Now there are some doe off to my right, again, that you can't see, and I'm just hoping that this guy hugs the woods close enough to where I can get a shot. So there's some doe down to my right. This guy is going, he's going to check those out, but he's slowly feeding across the field. I'm pretty confident I'm going to get a shot. This guy's acting like he's going to come closer, and the doe that he's looking at are right along the hedgerow that I'm in. So he has to come pretty close to go check those doe out. So I'm messing with the camera. I'm trying to anticipate where I'm going to shoot him and where he's going to be close enough. And
I ended up shutting the camera off inadvertently, and I realized it quick enough that I got it turned back on. But you'll see here in a minute, the deer is almost out of my shooting window by the time I get the camera back on. So I immediately stop him, and the deer just starts looking at the base of my tree, and I haven't drawn yet because it all happened so quick. So I'm waiting for the deer to turn his head back to those doe before I draw and shoot at this deer. Holy crap, I can't believe that just happened. I seen him, he was up by, well, you probably can't see it on, he was up by that telephone pole, you guys saw it. I mean, look at this freaking slob of a buck, big 9-point, beautiful Pennsylvania buck. I can't believe it. This is the first time I think I've ever had both my PA and New York archery tags filled out before New York rifle starts, and I can't believe it, dude. What a beautiful deer, thank you, Lord. Look at that buck. Holy crap. Awesome, awesome deer. The first shot was high, so I followed up and took him out, but I don't understand how my first shot was high. He was about 30 yards. I held way low with my 30-yard pin. I don't know if it was the angle or what, but what a gorgeous buck. Thank you, Lord. I'm gonna go, my buddy's gonna help me get some pictures. We'll get a tag on him, and then we'll drag him out. Awesome.
All right, here we are, Chris with his November 15th PA buck.
Really nice 9-point, self-filmed. Kind of went through a streak of bad luck. I had my bow, caught it with a broadhead, cut the string, took the bow to Ram Archery, had it fixed in 2 days, got it back Monday night. Was helping my buddy Jeff kind of recover a buck that he had hit, and went home, shot it the next day when I had time, got it dialed in, hung a set Tuesday night, and here it is Wednesday, and we got a buck on the ground. So you really can't ask for anything more than that. And awesome PA public land buck. This thing is a stud. So I'm very thankful to be able to do this with my buddy Josh, who's in town from Arizona. We've had a lot of success this trip, or while he's been back, and you know, we don't know how long we'll have to do this. You never know what tomorrow brings. So very thankful for the memories we can make when we can.
Yeah, I always weigh my deer. Always, always, always. Let me grab this rope.
I'm guessing 145.
All right. No, he's not 145.
What is he? 150. Good buck.
My biggest buck's been 146 pounds.
Really?
Yep, that 11-pointer in the house, 146 pounds dressed.
Well, I didn't leave nothing in him. You can check.
No, you're good. No, you're good.
So I just want to thank my buddy Jeff here. He helped me get on this deer this week, and you can check out his channel. He's got a lot of public land PA stuff on his YouTube. Check that link out. Like and subscribe, and check out his videos. A lot of good stuff on there. But like you saw, this thing weighed out at just about 150, 148 dressed.
Beautiful buck. Beautiful buck. I just want to tell you, man, congratulations on a beautiful hunt, a beautiful buck. Like, you couldn't ask for anything more perfect. To go in there to shoot a buck like this, it's Pennsylvania, like it's just beautiful. Nice buck though. Congratulations, Chris. Congratulations.
I really appreciate
really nice buck.
Really appreciate the help this week, and you know, Jeff's turn next. We got to get him on a
stud. So
I got
he's
2 days.
He's on a stud. We just got to get him in our hands. So
I got the next 2 days of vacation, and I got to get it done over the next 2 days. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna make it happen, guys.
anyway, thanks for watching the video. If you guys liked it, give me a thumbs up and make sure you hit the subscribe button if you haven't done that already. Catch you guys next time.
See you on the next one. Did you get it with the crossbow?
No, I got my bow back. Yeah. I hate crossbows.
I know, but
So freaking heavy, dude. Brought him down to Bradley Gusha Butcher. What is the name of you guys' outfit?
I don't know.
Cutting room over here. Sage is manning that, so very nice. Well, that's the end of the story for him. Be in the freezer here soon.
Put the tag on
It's not
it.
the end of the story. It's still more.
Can we get the tag off of it?
Oh, we need the tag.
Yeah, Trevor took the tag.
Oh, okay.